Hey, this is Alex Head, founder of Subtext Radio.
This is Subtext.
Please go ahead and click the like button and the subscribe button. It really helps us to reach new audiences and promote the artists that we work with. Hit like and hit subscribe.
Maximum.
Hello, check. Yes, welcome back. Fucking hell. 2 Jahre von hello. And a shout out to all our listeners.
Welcome to Here in My Car, a podcast series that explores musical relationships between cars and automobility. I'm your host, Warrick Moses. Automobility, a term that quite literally combines the ideas of autonomy and mobility as facilitated by the automobile, has conventionally been represented in popular music by songs that describe a certain kind of independence, of hitting the open road, traveling through and towards unknown spaces. Among the classic tracks that capture the sense of self-determination are 1972's Highway Star by Deep Purple, Autobahn by Kraftwerk from 1974, or Route 66 by the Rolling Stones, released in 1964. Now, in thinking of Route 66, one of the original thoroughfares of the sprawling US highway system, we might also turn our attention to American artists whose work has fixed in our minds the notion of the car as a means of attaining freedom. There's Kenny Loggins with Danger Zone from 1986, Sammy Hagar's raucous I Can't Drive 55 from 1984, or Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run from 1975. I mentioned in a previous podcast that as much as these iconic works have contributed to popular associations of cars with wide open spaces, with lines of flight, or escape to uncertain but no doubt better futures, they are also undeniably racialized. In thinking of African American engagement with automobility, it's impossible not to recall the experiences of Claudette Colvin and Rosa Parks, or the desegregation of Boston public schools and that city's infamous busing crisis. This is not to say that African American musicians haven't celebrated in song the experience of rubber hitting the road. There's Chuck Berry's comic 1964 single, No Particular Place to Go, Smokey Robinson's Cruisin' from 1979, or 1985's Freeway of Love by Aretha Franklin. But for African Americans, engagements with automobility and space are inherently fraught, as the recent deaths, the recent murders of Sandra Bland, Dante Wright, Philando Castile, Gabriela Navarez, and Rayshard Brooks have shown. This historically troubled relationship, African American negotiation of space through automobility, is masterfully illustrated in the 2020 television series Lovecraft Country, developed by Misha Green and executive produced by Jordan Peele. In the first episode, entitled Sundown, the show's African-American protagonists, Atticus, Letty, and George, set off on a road trip from Chicago to Ardham, Massachusetts, following the instructions in a letter left for Atticus by his missing father. Incidentally, in the show, George and his wife Hippolyta co-published the Safe Negro Travel Guide, a booklet providing information about safe places for African Americans to eat and stay while traveling through the country under Jim Crow laws. This plot device is based on the historical Negro Motorist Green Book, published between 1936 and 1967 and started by Victor Hugo Green and his wife Alma. A sobering montage begins with Atticus, Letty, and George stopping at a food court, where a family of black patrons is ignored by white servers who are otherwise engaged in private conversation. Next, the trio drive past a road sign warning of the area's sundown legislation, an infamous and racist municipal ruling declaring that African Americans must be outside of town or county limits by sundown for fear of legal and or extra-legal retribution. Filling up at a gas station, Atticus, while eating a banana, is derided by a white bystander who imitates monkey sounds to the amusement of his friends. The group is also shown returning to their car after exiting the designated colored section of a public restroom. In a final scene, they drive past a line of African Americans waiting for a bus that might never come. These expectant passengers stand underneath a billboard that features the stylized image of a smiling white family in a sedan, The text beside the white family picture reads in bold red letters, "There's no way like the American way." The entire montage is accompanied non-diegetically by an excerpt from James Baldwin's somber appeal, The American Dream and the American Negro, delivered in opposition to pro-segregationist William F. Buckley Jr. at Cambridge University in 1965. Together with the Sundown episode's extended visual sequence, Baldwin's provocative proposal that the American dream is at the expense of the American Negro takes on a heightened significance when considered in relation to the billboard scene. The American way, the American dream of a wife, 2 kids, and a sensible car depicted on the billboard, bears no relation to the realities of African American life. The group of African Americans is presumably lined up at the bus stop with the intention of heading to work. The implication is that the American way of ample leisure time and privilege, indexed by the image of vehicular travel, is facilitated by black labor.
I find myself, not for the first time, in the position of a kind of Jeremiah. For example, I don't disagree with Mr. Burford that the inequality suffered by the American Negro population of the United States has hindered the American dream. Indeed it has. I quarrel with some other things he has to say. The other deeper element of a certain awkwardness I feel has to do with one's point of view. I have to put it that way. One's sense, one's system of reality. It would seem to me that the proposition before the House, when I put it that way, is the American dream at the expense of the American Negro, or the American dream is at the expense of the American Negro, is a question hideously loaded, and that one's response to that question, or one's reaction to that question, has to depend on, in effect, on where you find yourself in the world, what your sense of reality is, what your system of reality is. That is, it depends on assumptions which we hold so deeply as to be scarcely aware of them.
An interesting point to note is that while many of the songs performed by white American artists concerning automobility or cars describe narratives of long-distance highway travel, those songs performed by African American artists, especially in a contemporary mode, are restricted to urban settings. In Tupac's 1996 Picture Me Rollin', for example, he's cruising down LA City streets in a 500 Benz. 2006's Chevy Ridin' High by Dre featuring Rick Ross is an homage to Miami car customization and scraper culture. An exception to the urban setting rule might be Q-Tip from Tribe, who travels far beyond Brooklyn's borders in his mom's Dodge Dart, only to realize on returning that he left his wallet all the way out west in El Segundo. But it's hard to imagine Sir Mix-a-Lot in his 1989 track My Hoopty, with its tailpipe dragon and only one hubcap because the other 3 got stolen, or Devin the Dude in his Lackful 79 that's probably too old to get stolen, even making it to the freeway.
Barely running and ripping, but still I'm flipping on roads. Hoes be tripping on Devin, Devin don't be tripping on hoes that they be talking about. Oh, would you look at that nigga? With no inspection sticker, drinking liquor, smoking Twizzlers, and I go about 47 in a 55. Fuel injected niggas be broken, but fuck it, my shit drives. I paid for it about 9 times. Different mechanics, too much of a job. Some say they just couldn't handle it. I need some shocks on the back, I need some work on my brakes. My passenger side window, sometimes it just don't wanna raise. I hear bumps and crunks, pings and ticks and dings. I got a hole in my muffler and other minor things, like my electrical review mirror don't move like a toaster. Even the objects in that motherfucker need to be closer. I'm satisfied with my ride, I don't ask much, but people talk and they diss, they heckle and laugh. But I'm rolling, car not stolen, probably never will be. It's much too old and smoking weed and feeling fine, and my light bill 79. I'm rolling, gas running low, but I try to keep it right, and the Vogue stripes golden, hoping freaks will get inside of my light bill 79. I got my toolbox, got my boosted cables and jack. I I'll get where I'm going. 2 quarts of oil to get me back. I got a brand new radiator, rebuilt alternator, detachable tape player, but I gotta fix the fader so I can have some music on the 610 loop. Maybe fit in with the L-Dog sedans and coupes. Need to watch out for them laws, cause you know they gon' watch you with their radar guns. Look like they shooting as they clock you, and the whole force know me. For years they've been scoping. They walk up to my car and be like, hello, Mr. Copeland, give me some of that weed you got. Sometimes they don't ask for it, they know where I keep it. They reach right under my dashboard, and that really blows my high. But hell, I got to keep pushing. Before I go home, wipe the nut off of my seat cushion. I went looking for a trade-in, but they called my shit a bucket. Got back in that hole and cranked it up and said, fuck it. I'm rolling, car not stolen. Probably never will be, it's much too old. And smoking weed and feeling fine. And my light feels 79. I'm rolling, gas running low, but I try to keep it right. And the Vogue stripes golden, hoping freaks will get inside of my light feels 79. I got my hubcap shining, in that bitch reclining. The engine shakes a little cause I got to change the timing. And if you see me walking, giving it a rest. She needs some new shoes and getting fitted for a dress. You know I love my baby, hell I call my baby Pearly. She got mad at me this morning, woke her up too early just to go across town over on Chimney Rock. Had to pick up a bitch who wanted to give me the cock. I got over there real cool and picked her up all good. But halfway to the hotel, smoke start coming up from the hood. Me and the bitch had to push, and she didn't even get mad at me. Figured out the problem, made her go steal me a battery. Now lavishly I'm rolling, car not stolen. Probably never will be, it's much too old. And smoking weed and feeling fine. And my light feels 79. I'm rolling, gas running low, but I try to keep it right. And the Vogue stripes golden, hoping freaks will get inside of my light feels 79. I'm rolling, car not stolen. Probably never will be, it's much too old. And smoking weed and feeling fine. And my light feels 79. I'm rolling, gas running low, but I try to keep it right. And the Vogue stripes golden, hoping freaks will get inside of my light feels 79. Black feels 79. Black feels 79. I'm rolling, black feels 79. I'm smoking in my black feels 79. Getting low, black feels 79. So 2 hits there. I can't get rid of my black feels 79.
As hip-hop scholar Murray Foreman observes, the inner-city locations of these songs reflect a genre convention within hip-hop to establish presence, for artists to claim authority and authenticity by representing the specific neighborhoods that they're from. But these ideas of space, place, and identity-making are intimately tied to enduring structural inequalities, like redlining, racial steering by real estate agents, and policies of municipal neglect that contribute to the real and imagined ghettoization of black residential areas and their inhabitants. Geospatial restrictions, together with socioeconomic disparities, focus black presence within only certain locales. And the music created by the artists who live in these locales, particularly music concerned with the combined ideals of autonomy and mobility afforded by access to a car, explores the circumscribed regions in which these artists feel socially and culturally most familiar, if not most welcome. Additionally, boundaries of socio-economic and spatial confinement must be maintained through relentless systems of surveillance. We're all familiar with the second verse of Jay-Z's 2004 anthem 99 Problems, describing an instance of being stopped by police for driving while black. Racial profiling and the presumption of guilt is similarly addressed in Chamillionaire's 2005 track Ridin', featuring Crazy Bone. The Houston rapper Chamillionaire makes explicit reference to crooked cops patrolling the streets, trying to catch him with drugs in his car, or as the chorus intones, riding dirty. One of the first MCs to highlight both the imminence and precarity of African American engagement with law enforcement on the road is LL Cool J with Illegal Search, released only 6 months before Rodney King's savage beating by LAPD officers. LL's narrative still bears resonance today. A chilling example is the brutal treatment of Rokia Young at the hands of Philadelphia police in 2020.
Yo, baby, put your seatbelt on. I got my paperwork. Don't worry about it. It's cool.
Do you wanna see? Do you wanna see? Do you wanna see? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
What the hell are you looking for? Can a young man make money anymore? Wear my jewels and like freaking on the floor? Or is it my job to make sure I'm poor? Can't my car look better than yours? Keep a cigar in between my jaws. I drink champagne, to hell with cause. Never sold coke in my life, I do tours. Get that flashlight out of my face. I'm not a dog, so damn it, put away the mace. I got cash, a real attorney's on the case. You're just a joker perpetrating the ace. You got time, you wanna give me a taste. I don't smoke cigarettes, so why you looking for bass? You might plant a gun and hope I run a race. Eating in the mess hall, saying my grace. You tried to frame me, but it won't work. Illegal search. And I'm totally relaxed. Illegal search. Call it nice, you call it a drug car. I say disco, you call it a drug bar. I say nice guy, you call me Mr. Goodbar. I made progress, you say not that far. I just started it, you're searching my car, but all my paperwork is up to par. It's in my uncle's name, so the frame won't work. Chump, illegal search. Keep on searching. Keep on searching. Illegal search. On the turnpike and everything's right. In the background is flashing lights. Get out the car in the middle of the night. It's freezing cold and you're doing it for spite. Slam me on the hood, yo, that ain't right. You pull out your gun and we're putting up a fight. My car and my clothes and my girl is hype. But you wanna replace my silk with stripes. You're real mad your uniform is tight. Fingerprint me, take my name and height. Hoping it will, but I know it won't work. Illegal search. Search. Hey yo Marley, get funky. Real funky. Right there. Funk it up. I wore a suit to court, the case got thrown out. I'm that man that you all read about. Put me in jail, you're doing it for clout. I only got one question, what's that all about? Jail is something that I can do without. Case dismissed, and now you wanna pout. You feel like trying it again, but you know it won't work. Illegal search. Illegal search. But I got all my ID and my car's registered. Searching. Illegal search. Cops out there, that did the wrong thing to one of my brothers in Jersey. Keep on searching. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that was foul. Hey.
One of the most well-known expressions of African-American automobility and disruptive yearning for the unhindered freedom it might provide is, of course, Tracy Chapman's 1988 single, Fast Car. A case could, however, be made that the song's social and cultural impact has been undone over the years by innumerable cover versions. The 2015 Tropical House offering by Jonas Blue featuring Dakota is an example of such attenuation. With its four-on-the-floor chorus and conscious avoidance of the final verse, in which a resigned Tracy Chapman tells her partner to just take the fast car and keep on driving, this latest interpretation decentralizes the particularity and raised context of the 1988 work. Like Chapman's original, a track that epitomizes an African-American drive for autonomy, and moreover, one that's arguably resistant to any attempt at whitewashing, is Dr. Dre's 1993 hit, Let Me Ride. The song chronicles just another day in the life of Dre, as he rolls through the streets of Los Angeles in a tricked-out '64 Chevy Impala. Of particular interest is the song's chorus, which is derived from Parliament's 1975 track, Mothership Connection. The lyrics in both songs read, "Swing down, sweet chariot, stop and let me ride," an obvious reference to the spiritual "Swing low, sweet chariot." In both the Parliament version and Dr. Dre's doubled reworking, the implications of the original text as an appeal for both spiritual and actual freedom are evoked.
Biatch!
What no baby? You look good now you carry. Long time I watch you, I want chat to you, you go on like you don't want chat to me. So what Dre? Tell me what the fuck I go on now?
Creeping down the back street on D's. I got my Glock cocked cause niggas want these. No soon as I said it, seems I got sweated by some nigga with a Tech 9 trying to take mine. You wanna make noise, make noise. I make a phone call, my niggas coming like the Gotti boys. Bodies being found on Greenleaf with the fucking heads cut off. Motherfucker, I'm Dre. So listen to the play-by-play, day by day. Rolling in my phone with 16 switches. And got sounds for the bitches, clocking all the riches. Got the hollow points for the snitches. So won't you just walk on by, cause I'm too hard to lift. And no, this ain't Aerosmith, it's the motherfucking DRE from the CPT. On a robbing spree, a straight G. Hop back as I pop my top, you trip. I let the hollow points commence to pop, 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 yeah. Cause if it don't stop, I have to put my shit in reverse. Go back and take another spot, cause I'm rolling in my 6-4. What all the niggas saying? Hell yeah. What all the niggas saying? Hell yeah. Just another motherfucking day for Dre, so I begin like this. No medallions, dreadlocks, or black fists. It's just that gangster glare with gangster raps. That gangster shit makes the gangs a snaps. Word to the motherfucking streets. And word to these hype-ass lyrics and dope beats that I hit you with, that I get you with as I groove in my 4 on D's. Hitting the switches, bitches relax while I get my proper swerve on. Bumping like a motherfucker, ready to get my serve on. But before I hit the dope spot, gotta get the chronic, the Remy Martin and my soda pop. Now I'm smelling like Indonesia. Bus stop full of fly bitches and skeezers. On my dick cause my 4 on hit. Pancake front and back, side to side and all that shit. So when I crawl, I comes correct. Now if your bitch in my shit, it's your bitch you check, nigga. Now let the Chevrolet slide as I dip and make a trip to the south side, yeah.
Rolling in my 6-4.
What all the bitches saying? Hell yeah. What all the motherfucking bitches saying? Know what I'm saying? Check this out. The sun went down when I hit Slauson. On my way to the strip, now I'm just flossing. Checking my rear view, cause niggas they will do jack moves. Black fools, cause I smack fools. Trying to set me up for a 211. Fuck around and get caught up in a 187. But I don't represent no gangbang. Some niggas like lynching, but I just watch them hang. So on and so on, why don't you let me roll on? I remember back in the days when I used to have to get my stroll on. Did nobody wanna speak? Now everybody peeping out the window when they hear me beating up the street. Is it Dre? Is it Dre? That's what they say every single motherfucking day. Yo, but I ain't tripping, I'm just kicking it. While my G's keep spinning and these hoes keep grinning, I'll be
rolling in my 6-4.
What everybody saying. Hell yeah. What everybody saying. Hell yeah.
I want to bring this presentation on African American expressions of automobility through music to a close with the following proposal. If hip-hop artists engaging with automobility define the limits of their territory by referencing places or street names, think of 1994's Regulate with Nate Dogg hitting the east side of the LBC and Warren G hooking a left on 2-1 and Lewis, then consumers of these intentional sounds declare their presence within and their occupation of space through volume. A scholar of sound culture, Brandon LaBelle, explains the customization of older model cars as a means for marginalized urban communities to transform impoverishment and ostracization into an emancipatory aesthetics. Styling the car is equivalent to fashioning identity on wheels, creating a vehicle that functions not only as needful transportation, but also one that allows for the public display of life searching for its own route. Visual enhancements, ice cream paint jobs, dropped suspension, hydraulics, and spitting Dayton rims, for example, are complemented sonically with the addition of aftermarket mega-bass sound systems that literally announce the car and the owner's stylization by being heard before being seen. Taking a song like Jay's 99 Problems, putting it on wheels and pumping it through double 15-inch subwoofers driven by 4 amplifiers locked inside the trunk turns the car into a message machine, simultaneously transmitting audio and visual conceptions of identity, desire, and dissent. This ideal is still only limited to the cityscapes inhabited by its African American practitioners, urban spaces that are in turn restricted by genre convention and structural racism. The final song in this selection, 2019's Jailbreak the Tesla by Injury Reserve, featuring Aminé, approaches car customization from a very different angle. As Richie with a T raps in his opening verse, raised on the internet, he was jailbreaking iPod touches in 9th grade. What if you could do the same for the whip? To jailbreak an electronic device means to hack and remove manufacturer restrictions, allowing one to personalize the unit with preferred unauthorized software. As opposed to external cosmetic mods, the narrative of the song plays with the idea of customizing a Tesla from the inside, turning the touchscreen to iOS for fun, and setting the GPS navigation system to Grimes' voice. Richie does offer a tongue-in-cheek apology for these infractions. "Tell that nigga Elon I'm sorry," he says. In leaving behind the city streets and exploring instead the possibilities of the information superhighway, Injury Reserve extends the boundaries and potential of the African American spatial imaginary vis-a-vis automobility. You've been listening to Here in My Car, a podcast series written, presented, and researched by Warrick Moses and produced by Emily Gale. Stick shift to her friends.
Fuck it, jailbreak the Tesla. 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 9th grade, yeah, prom days, yo. Raised by the internet, final stage, yo. We could do anything by that age, yo. Dick a start, there was too cool for MySpace, yo. Had the iPod Touch with the Reds, no city, but you could pirate all the apps, though. Never had security cams by the back doors. Nigga, this was LimeWire on crack, though. The touch was anything you could've asked for. Jailbreaking the engine was hot shit, yeah. What if you could do the same for the whip, yeah? Turn the X into a Batmobile whip, yeah. I can't wait till a nigga get the stunt in. Get a Tesla and take it to West Coast Customs. Turn the touchscreen to iOS for fun. And make the autopilot do it, don't I go dumb, man. Tell that nigga Elon I'm sorry. Tell my mama take the pictures ain't adjusted. Pull that doors up at the party. Like I didn't cop the shit for nothing. Niggas can't pull up in a Rari. But all you can change paint and some fuck shit. And you gotta try that shit, now you fuck, man. Need some shit I can hack like fuck it.
Hack the Tesla call, how to hack the Tesla call, how to hack the Tesla call, how to
fuck it, jailbreak the Tesla.
Hack the Tesla call, how to hack the Tesla call, how to hack the Tesla call, how to
fuck it, jailbreak the Tesla.
Hack the Tesla call, how to hack the Tesla call, how to hack the Tesla call, how to
fuck it, jailbreak the Tesla.
Hack the Tesla call, how to hack the Tesla call, how to hack the Tesla call in under 3 minutes.
Thought I'd have a ride like mine. Ice cream paint job on my mind, but daddy never really had a job like mine. Hotter than June, bass need the boom. Rockin' and leaning, hydraulics the cool. Lights in the roof, I think I'm Zeus. Fish in the seats, I might need me a pool. Damn, I took like a year just to get the verse shit. Richie with a T-Grox, Parker certain. And my shit gon' have the Maybach curtains. Red leather seats just to heat the surface. Bulletproof the whip for a bullet's purpose. Satellite roof, never losing surface. Keep a couple quarters so I call him Curtis. I'm a black James Bond so I make him nervous. Yo, engine go vroom, and my engine go Elon on them shrooms.
And grind voice gon' be the GPS. Turn left.
This shit ain't too shabby, huh? 0 to that 60, huh? You don't need to guess me now. I rip them doors off cause I'm flashy, bitch.
Jailbreak the Tesla.
Fuck around, get ghost, then I make 6 folds. Might do a little toast.
Jailbreak the Tesla.
Drop top X and it's better than
fuck it.